And we're live, and it looks like our audio is working. Holy shit.
Hello.
Everyone's in the right spot. Before I turn it over, Joe, Ashley showed me one of them young people talk things, like the with the bugs. Anyway, doesn't matter. And I learned a couple jokes today.
With the bugs.
I'm trying to make an old person joke. You're all not getting it. You suck. Ashley showed me a TikTok.
I'm following.
Okay, John's got me. The rest of you have -8 to
I don't get the bugs.
Because it's a tick, like a bug.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Just heard
so
too
I learned
much.
a couple new jokes today that I want to put out for everyone. Did you hear that Sweden just elected a new president?
No.
Yeah, it's the CEO of IKEA.
Oh?
He's still assembling his cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
And the follow-up to that is, why did the monkey fall out of a tree? Because it's dead.
Oh.
I felt like you were going to say that.
All right, Joe.
That
the stream.
Checks out.
I feel like that's very Gen Z humor.
Nice. Belugasaurus, 100 bits. Thank you for that. That is another
Thank you jokes have been around for a while.
Advantage.
Yeah. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Defenders of Kobold here, playing our Heart campaign. This is session 2. And last time, you all assembled your party, picked a few odd jobs, and we're gonna resume those, finish up some business in Derelictus, and go on our first delve deeper into the Heart. I guess we'll go around and do some character introductions to refresh everybody on who we are, and then we'll kick it off. I'm just gonna go in Zoom overlay order. I don't know what the stream is, but Chuck, who are you? What are you doing? Who are you playing?
What? Oh, haha. Yes, I am playing Zerl, the Face Fister, Knoll Cleaver, Adventurer, most badass person you'll ever see, and good friend of Genevieve. Yeah.
All right. John.
Yeah. So I am Sir Galvin, Knight of Vermisian Knight of the Pilot. My aims are to protect my party members from harm. And I once made a mistake, and now I am very penitent about that. And I intend to protect my teammates. And my buddy is, Theo. Because Theo was there when I failed, so.
Oh yeah,
but he
that reminds me. I should have that little chart up. Alrighty. Speaking of Theo, Dan, who are you playing?
I am playing Theo, one of our party's hounds, which is basically kind of the soldier of the group. Mm-hmm. And as said, I'm Sir Galvin's friend. We were hanging out, doing the things. And our other hound, W.C. Clayton, not appearing tonight. For good reasons. He's my enemy.
All right. And then Jake.
I will be playing Devoran, formerly aspiring engineer, and now modern-day apiarist. Bees are lovely creatures. They learn how to contribute to things that are greater than themselves, and for that reason, I really like Zerl. I feel he's got the most to contribute to a higher calling. Sir Galvin, however, seems to believe that he's already serving a greater good, even though he probably doesn't even know what a greater good even is, so it's just ridiculous, really. But the bees are fantastic creatures.
Yes. And then lastly, April, who are you playing?
Hello, I am playing Genevieve, and I forgot to mention last time that she also comes along with a friendly but stupid pocket mouse, and his name is Richard, aka Dick, because Have you looked at a mouse? Anyway, she is a junk mage seeking enlightenment down in the heart with some very big dreams in mind. And her absolute best buddies are all just 10 out of 10. He always assists her whenever she wants to start a bar fight.
I do.
Yep. What you guys lived up to last time. As
Follow-up question for Genevieve. You say Richard, have you seen him? That's why you call him. Is he a hairless mouse? That's what I need to know.
Unfortunately, he got a little stressed. He doesn't have his hair anymore.
That's what I thought. Like a sad Muppet nose. Very well.
all right. Yeah, so quick recap of what we did last time too. You guys all met up in Derelictus. You made your way to the bar Grubbers, and along the way, John and Daniel helped out a shop vendor guy selling some souvenirs. Jake found a witch and tricked Tyler into getting cursed. And then when you made it to the bar, Chuck and April participated in a drinking challenge, and then you all got in a big bar fight against a local group claiming to be a mafia sponsored by the Glintrot company. And I think that's where we were going to pick up. You guys had just dispatched 3 gang members. We were quickly going to have you guys evaluate that and then begin the delve. So the 2 things in town that you need to do is there's a office for the Glintrot company that you can check in with and potentially see if those people were legit or report them or whatever. And then the next place that you need to go was the post office to pick up the package to deliver to the next town over. So, making your guys way over to the recruitment office. So, in Derelictus, there's a small little corner shop. It looks like it used to be like a beverage shop, maybe. And it's been converted into like a small fortified office. Almost resembles like a police station kind of now. And it's got like a pulling like chain fence door thing. And it's open. And you see there's like a really big heavy steel door that is also open as it's business hours for them right now. As you guys make your way into that office, there's a gigantic table with a small stool behind it. You see a guy reading a magazine from the spire above. Doesn't really seem to pay much attention to you guys. Only other thing in here, you hear like a small hum. Looks like there's a vending machine over in the corner. And then you see a few like jobs posted, but they seem to be exclusively for Glintrot company matters. Not addressed to general public. But yeah, there's just this guy behind the desk who's got his feet up on the counter, big magazine stretched across his face.
All right, everyone. Quick huddle.
All right. What do you got, Zero?
I forgot what we're doing here.
We were going to tell them about like the people who are pretending to be Glintrock employees.
Oh.
Maybe we can like get some money or something out of them.
Oh, I like money. All right. I just before I went and beat the crap out of this guy, I wanted to make sure that I was doing it, or why I was doing it.
Out of this guy. Not this time.
Not this time yet. Maybe.
To make an
gotcha.
informed decision.
True that. All right, what are you gonna do to the
Some sort
talk?
of coward.
I guess Sir Galvin will approach the guy at the desk.
Okay. And his foot kind of like flinches towards you. He says, "What?" Doesn't put down his magazine.
We just got into a bit of a scuffle with some, I would say, roustabouts who were claiming to work for your company. They were extorting money from a local business owner, claiming it was under your direction. I thought maybe you would want to be informed about people putting a tarnish on your name.
Doesn't sound like something we do. I don't really know much about our contracts. That kind of just tell me names of people. But do you remember what they look like?
Yeah, I mean, they won't really be much of a problem anymore. They're all dead, but I'll describe what they look like.
And he's listening. He puts his paper down. And as you're describing it to him, he's like kind of reaching under the desk, sifting. You hear like all these papers moving about. A few books fall over. And he pulls out this gigantic binder and sets it on the table. And he opens through. And you see that there's like a gray section of papers, and towards the back there's like a divider, and all the papers are red. And he flips all the way past all the gray papers. And you see that there's just like kind of scrapbook-looking pictures of all these people. Flipped past all those, and once he gets to the red section, he pauses there for a little bit, starts kind of thumbing through the pictures. You see there's no names in the book. There's just little numbers under each picture. And as he's flipping through, he's like, I think I remember a group that looked like that. And then he flips around. He points to a party of 4. And they do not look like the ones that you were saying. But they're like close. They kind of match what you're saying. Like the hair color kind of lines up and the races match up. But it's like not exactly.
Nope,
who you remember
not
seeing.
them. One too many.
Yeah.
He flips it back around. Flips another few pages. Points it back. What about them? And then you do see a group of 3 that match the descriptions of who you saw.
Yep, those.
He's like, oh, well. And he points, there's like a little stamp over. They're like, they've got a number above the group of them. There's a big like red stamp. It says collection on it. It says they were supposedly a lot deeper down. We thought they'd left. They were supposed to. Well, again, I don't really usually know the details of their contract, but I know they were supposed to be another few towns down. So we had a repo man out for them. But I guess if they were in town, and that's good to know.
Yeah.
He closes the book, scribbles something down on a different ledger to his side, and you hear like twisting of what sounds like a combination lock.
Okay.
And hear a metal hinge squeak open, and he pulls out a small coin purse and drops it. I appreciate doing business with you.
Excellent. Thank
Likewise.
And you get a D4 coin purse, which is a Haven resource.
Okay. I'll toss it to Theo. Like you probably have a better idea what to do with this. So divvy it up.
As he goes to lean back in his chair and he's picking his magazine back up, he's like, I guess if you run into our repo guy, you'll probably recognize him. He's going to have like this symbol on it, and there's like a big GR company logo up in the top of their office. If you run into him on the way out, let him know you found him.
Will do.
All
Thank
right.
you.
All right. And then he leans back and gets back into his newspaper.
All right.
The next place that you had to go
The post
is the post office. BPO is the acronym for it. So you make your way over,
Quick
and
question
as you get to the
On
Oh,
the
sure.
way to the depot, do I see
BPO,
the what?
BPO, BEPO.
On the way to the depot,
Mm-hmm.
do we see any taco stands?
Not specifically taco stands, but you see a few like little street vendors that probably have the ingredients to put together a taco.
Nah.
Not
I
the
gotta be
same.
prepared for tacos. You can't just taco.
Is the table not crunchy enough for you?
That's it.
What are you
One
looking
is not
for?
simply taco.
If someone's abuelita didn't make that, I ain't interested. Abuelita. I don't know how to pronounce words.
We've noticed it. You know, it
Is it
happens.
Abuela?
All right.
Listen
Oh,
here, voice in the sky. Mind your damn business.
All right, you guys make your way over to the post office, and there's a big sign that says BPO, the best effort post office.
Checks out.
As you walk in, you would know there's kind of two main post offices in the heart. The main one's the Incarnadine Post. They manage a lot of trade between havens and landmarks, but they take a pretty steep cut off of their stuff. But they do run very efficiently. Like, if you really need a package to get somewhere and you need to get there quickly and you need to get there safely, you don't use this post office. Use the other one, but steep cost. BPO, however, best effort post office. They kind of run as a mercenary, contracted hitchhiking type thing, where if people are happening to be traveling in the direction as a package, they try to recruit people to do it. And they kind of have their own currency that they call stamps, which are just ledgers that are exchangeable in different havens that have these post offices. So as you go in, there's a package that's marked for delivery in Ravnus, which is one of the next towns. And it's a small cardboard box, and it's labeled for a Shub K. And postmaster there says it's been there for a little bit, but he expects that they're still waiting for it. There's not been any notification that they don't want it anymore. And there's another post office in that town, so you'll be able to get a stamp for it there.
All right.
Right.
Nice.
Sounds good. Select the package.
Okay. And yeah, and it's just a small cardboard box. It feels like there's something kind of loose but very light in it. It's not heavy at all and seems to shift around inside of it. Doesn't sound fragile. You don't hear clinking or anything like that. But and then it's sealed. It's got tape wrapped around it several times.
Make this unpleasant for whoever has to open it.
Anyone in particular want to hang on to the package?
I can hold on to it.
All right. And it would just be a D4, I'd say a D4 package, and put the tag fragile on it.
Okay.
No.
Train that we're going to wind up and end up delivering it like Ace Ventura. Sounds broken. Probably is.
Yeah.
Are you going to be carrying around little Richard in the moderately sized package?
He just kind of hangs out of my pocket, watching everything going on.
Does he occasionally go, woo?
All right. And now I guess it's time to begin our first delve. So as you guys make your way towards the edge of town, there's a few ways out of town, and you know that the path that you need to go. What did I name it? It's called Turnback's Pass. It's kind of a local joke name because most people that go that direction wind up turning back and just staying in Derelictus. But you know that Ravnus and the rest of the Temples of the Moon Beneath are in that direction. And you begin your first delve. So
We wouldn't do that, probably.
Yeah. Definitely not. Okay. I forget if you roll right at the beginning or if you have to do something first and then roll.
Are you talking about the toughness of the delve?
Yeah, I forget if you roll to start and then go, or if you only roll after you clear.
I think you
You
roll at the
roll after successes, I thought.
Roll after successes. Yeah. Okay.
at you knowing things, Dan. I was about to give the wrong answer.
I would say, Dan, as you're like leaving town, you do see like lots of posters that are labeling this exit as turn back, like this path's dangerous. You see all sorts of these posters saying like not to go this direction.
Nonsense.
Road closed.
We will forge a path forward.
Let's smash up a couple signs on the way there.
Yep. Most of them are kind of like loosely plastered. There's all sorts of posters you could just tear down, scuff up. So easily could do that. Right.
This sign can't tell me what to do.
Yeah. A few of them are like on the outside wall, but then there's also like just little posted ones on little planks every so often. So you've left a few of them smashed up pretty badly. So the first thing you come across, you see a small, after probably about an hour of traveling down this path, the domains of this delve, by the way, are technology and Warren. So as you're leaving the city, you still see like there's a lot of reinforcements in the walls and things, and a lot of the kind of metals and development that looks kind of like the city of Derelictus is still weaving its way in and out. It's kind of patchy. That's going. So it's like a mixture between just cave and some civilization on the way. But it's not like populated. There's no tents or anything. There's no houses. It's just tunnels. So as you're following this path, one of the first things you see is what looks like a small booth. It's tall, vertical. It's got glass windows that are all really murky and pretty dirty. You can't really see through them at all. You see a very small, long, like plank that's draped across the path, attached to like a small arm. Looks like a little toll booth. And you see there's a coin deposit for you to pay a toll.
This one's easy as shit. I'll run. I'll jump. Leap through the air right over that goddamn arm.
You're easily able to step over it. It doesn't even completely block the path left to right. Like it, maybe if you had a cart, it would be kind of a nuisance. But on foot, you can all pretty much just step around it.
Does it appear to be like manned or anything, or?
The door is closed to the booth, so you don't see anybody in it. The glass is pretty murky.
Stop at the booth and rap on like the glass and see if anybody comes to.
You hear like pattering of really tiny footsteps, but you don't hear any voices or anything.
3 goblins in a trench coat.
All right.
That was my prom date.
I'm not hearing anyone in the booth, so I'm gonna cross the toll bar here. I'm just like saying that aloud as I like cross through.
Okay. Yep. You step by it.
I just walk around it.
Listen. Me, the first one who crossed over this threshold, I think that this was far too easy.
Mm-hmm.
I will kick the door open.
Okay. You kick the door open, and immediately, like 4 or 5 rats just scurry out of the room. And you see what looks to be long-expired food on a little desk that operates this gate.
How does the food taste?
You see there's like a handful. Very bad, very expired.
What domain does it give?
It would give you
Diarrhea.
Warren.
Domain.
All right. I consume the diarrhea food.
Do you are you immune to like poison effects and stuff as you do that, or?
Let me just read this little line here that may interest you, Joe.
Okay.
There is no limit to what you can eat, but tough or noxious materials might require an endure cursed check to avoid causing yourself harm.
Yeah. I'll endure cursed sounds about right. I'll have you make that.
You got it. Endure cursed.
And just at normal. Actually, I'm gonna burn a complication on that. This is risky.
Don't
that's-
hurl.
It's
Do
pretty
not hurl.
rancid.
It's ultra expired.
Do not.
Why does this deviled ham look like cream corn?
It was a glass
you know
of
what?
milk.
To get back at you for that, I am going to burn an advantage.
Okay.
Used to be a glass of milk, but now it's something else.
It's
Cottage cheese, my favorite.
Not a problem.
moist jello.
It used to be
Ow.
milk.
I eat the shit out of that shit sandwich. It's delicious and nutritious, and I can feel it squirm the entire way down.
Maybe I'll hurl.
It's
A literal shit sandwich.
Yeah, there
It's
may or may
fine.
not have still been a few mice like in the bags as you were.
Oh,
Told me it was for
Perfect
tracking.
down,
Bonus.
I didn't believe you.
bonus.
Some extra protein in there.
Yes.
But yeah, no adverse effects, and you
Just a little
gain.
finger crunch.
Hey, anybody
Yeah.
leave any coins in here? If there's a place to put coins.
Zero, is there anyone in there?
I'll walk
Yeah, you can
out
search
eating
it.
this moldy, rotten sandwich. Oh,
Is
there's
there
some rats
anyone
in
in
here.
Okay, can you just lower or raise the thing so that nobody has to like move around it even?
Yeah, you
Think
got
about
it.
it anymore.
You said there's a control in here.
Yeah, there's like a control panel that's got a big red and a big green button.
Well, shit. You just had to put big buttons on there. I was just gonna kick the entire goddamn thing. But now kicking the entire thing is just gonna do what it's supposed to do, so I'll gingerly press the green button.
Okay. You press the button, and you don't really hear anything for a while, and you see there's kind of like really dim lights. They're barely powered in here, and they surge and flicker a little bit right after you press the button, and the lights behind the buttons also blink out for a second. And you hear this really groaning motor scrape along, and it starts to lift up the arm, which immediately snaps off, and just the tiny little bit of it lifts.
Great
Beautiful.
success.
Poor thing.
And after about 30 seconds, it
Comes back down.
goes back down.
All right, well, we
Almost
tried.
30 money.
You can only leave this room if you put the
yeah,
sandwich
I'll
away.
check the coin slot to see if there's a way to open it.
Something. I think it would be that'd be a for you. I think it would be a hunt test because that's like tracking something or someone down.
Okay.
Maybe. Or
And
is
it's,
that?
and it's
Or I guess it could be discern.
okay. We'll do discern.
Yeah, if you're searching. Yeah, we'll do
I'll
discern.
toss the sandwich on the floor.
Do discern technology.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I rolled that with the wrong things.
Wait, give me some of that stale bread. We'll just jam it.
And then
open.
you as well, Jake, discern technology if you're looking at the
Yeah, right.
coin.
Here we go.
Nice.
Dang.
I like
That's
it.
nice.
Failure. Okay.
I got a success.
Dan, so you look around and you see that there is like a little lock safe. It's pretty rusted out though, so you don't really even have to fight the hinge on it too hard, and it opens up and there's like a small till. Looks like that's not really where they do the transactions, but where they empty the money from the coin deposit every so often. And you see that there is another D4 coin purse.
Nice. It's gonna turn mine into a D8.
It's a Haven resource.
Is that the way it works? I think D4 and a D4 is a D8.
Yeah. Yep. So D8 total. But you can split it up. Like you can spend portions of it, like down to a D6 or down to a D4. Jake, failure on this. We'll roll the stress just at normal. Although the stress for this delve is a D6, I believe. I put.
Ooh,
Where's that?
3 stress.
Oof.
Yeah, there we go.
What
Where do I
kind
go
of
to put stress?
He has to tell you which it's gonna
And
be.
it is 3. It should be blood, I believe, because you're basically messing with the control panel or like the technology in it, and with the power surge, it kind of sparks up and electrocutes you as you're just kind of screwing around with it, and you're not able to get it open. Yeah, 3 blood. Yeah, you're able to pass by the toll.
Great success.
Continue
We
away
conquered
down
our
the tunnel.
first obstacle.
Yes.
The toll booth paid us.
And we got a meal out of it. Well, I got a meal.
Yeah.
Well, one of us got
Yeah.
a meal. Yeah.
Genevieve would at least make sure to hit the button before she walked through the gate, just for the sake of it.
Yeah, it does the same thing. Power kind of surges,
Like you were
lights
allowed through.
blink out,
Yeah,
and it waits about 30 seconds and comes back down.
it's justified. Maybe it's tallying people.
Maybe.
All right.
I'll drag that broken board behind us. Just, might be handy. I don't know.
I think by default, I forget how much damage you do against resistance of a delve. By default, is it just a D4 unless you have like a delve item?
I don't know.
It's a D18.
We're just rolling a D30.
The
actually.
well-known D18.
The slightest failure leads to instant death.
I'm trying to
D4
remember.
sounds right. And then, if you have the delve skill.
Might be right.
Yeah.
The inflicted D4 stress by default on the delve equipment augments that. Okay, so yeah, whoever
I
wants
have no
to
delve
can roll it.
equipment.
You have delve? Yay.
Yeah, if anyone has delve equipment, they can use it now. But if not,
I've got some
just roll a
delve
D4.
equipment.
Okay. You can roll whatever the die size of that delve equipment is.
It is a D6, and I got a 6.
All right. Subtract that. All right. The next thing you come across after about another hour or so, it's kind of hard to tell how long time passes. It's underground. There's no sun to go off of. And outside of havens, usually while you're in a landmark or a haven, there's some sort of like bell system that goes on to chime. But you estimate it's probably about an hour. Dan, you'd be the first to notice. You hear like this kind of whirring mechanical sound, and this like repetitive loop. It sounds like really strained motors. And as you kind of search around, you see some of your guys' light reflecting off of some metal off in the distance. And you see there seems to be this small robotic dog-looking thing. And it's hunched over what looks to be another package. And this dog looks extremely beat up. This is a Vermisian drone, which is... so they're basically little creatures that seem to kind of pop out of the Vermisian that are made out of its technology. No one really knows if they're like a natural occurrence or if there's somebody in the Vermisian that's just building them and setting them free. But sometimes they can be... Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
Galvin will approach cautiously and like take a knee and extend his hand. He's like, "Hello, friend." Towards
And-
the
It's got like kind of a dog-looking face, but almost half of it's missing, and the motors are just kind of spasming here and there.
Ooh.
It doesn't have any hind legs. It's got a really badly twisted one arm, and then its
Okay.
other good arm is kind of like clawing around. You see lots of gouges in the dirt where it's been trying to move.
Okay.
It appears to have been like bludgeoned and shot multiple times. It's just
Ooh,
making a big mess all over the place.
I'm gonna,
what monster?
yeah, right?
You could do that to a good boy.
I know. I'm going to approach it and try to fix it if I can.
Sure.
perfect.
That would be a mend technology test.
And you
And we're
said it
going to do
was
that at risky.
over.
Unless you... Yeah, so it seems to be like hunched over a package. It's like kind of underneath its side a little bit. And you see there is like remnants of what looks to be a kind of like a leather harness that was on it. Maybe it was once holding that package on its back or something, but that's kind of been tattered and destroyed.
I will inspect
Success.
the package.
Okay. With that success, so you don't have enough spare parts to like rebuild it or anything, but you're
Right.
definitely able to like kind of see where some of the valves could be shut off so it stops leaking fluid. You twist its arm back in place, tighten a few screws down. Now it's got 2 functional front arms, and its head's not like spouting oil anymore.
Right.
It seems to be in better shape, and
Okay.
it lets out this kind of like there's like these compressing pistons in its mouth that are almost like a panting of a dog. It seems to
Okay.
be happy that you've healed it back up a little bit.
All right.
Oh, what the best
You-
little boy.
You want to come with us, boy? No.
Going to
It'll
name him Bark
nod,
Bark.
and it just
Okay.
starts
I'm gonna,
kind of
like,
crawling with
Pick
you.
it up and like just kind of like put it on my back, kind of like just kind of drape
As
it
you
on
go
there.
to like move it, it turns and tries to like grab at the package.
Oh, of course, it's got a job to do, and I'll let it kind of grab the package if it can.
And then it grabs onto it. And then Chuck, you said you were looking at the package as well.
I am going to inspect it
Okay.
with
So,
my eyes.
Yes. So as the little missing drone dog grabs it, he kind of rotates the box so that the label of it's on it. And you see it is also needing to be delivered to...
Hang on, before you describe that
Ranvis.
to me. There seems to be some strange markings here. One of you nerds come read this.
Yes, sir. I'll come read it right away.
Right. All right. So, Jake, as you go to read it, you see that it is... This box is almost in similar size to the one that you already have. It is also marked to be delivered to Ranvis. And you see that this is marked for delivery to a Keegan S.
Keegan S.
Isn't the one we're delivering addressed to Key?
Shub
It's a
K.
Shub K.
Dan got it.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what
I
counts.
mean, if we're taking the dog with us, we might as well
Yeah.
help him deliver his package.
Hmm.
We're already going to the area, right? What's
Yeah.
the harm?
Yeah.
Shit. All right.
Perhaps he can become
And then
our new friend.
John, seeing as you repaired him, I'll let you be the one that forms a bond with this dog. Bonds are basically NPC relationships, and they serve as additional health pools in a way. You can offload different types of stress to them, and in exchange for you not having to roll Fallout on it. They have to make the Fallout roll every time you do it, however, though. And if they take on a minor Fallout, there's some sort of thing you have to do to appease them. And if they get a major Fallout, your relationship's broken.
Makes sense.
But they're basically like a free way to heal.
Okay. Cool.
I think along our journey, I'll put my. Sir Galvin wanted to experiment with the dog, and just in case it was vicious or anything, I allowed him. But now, knowing that it'll be friendly to us, I will. During the journey, I'll allow my perfect machine ability to sort of kick in, and I'll start trying to repair the dog with synthesized parts from wax and bone.
Oh, okay.
Oh gosh, he's doing the bee thing again.
How much of the dog do you want to rebuild? Because I'll let you like rebuild the rest of the dog and its other 2 legs out of some just weird wax bee?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll start with the back
Okay.
legs so that it can at least walk around, and then I'll work gradually towards the face so that the face is complete.
Okay.
Are you
So you do-
essentially wanting to make a dog out of honey?
Yeah.
We
So
can
that
call
is
the dog
a-
Honey.
I like it.
I mean-
It's perfect.
So now you have a half robot, half honeycomb dog.
Your methods are
Do you
not
have to do any
without-
rolls for that ability?
It says, given time, I can repair technological devices even if I don't have the right parts. So I assume I have to make the technology roll to repair it. It's just that I can fully repair things.
Okay. I would imagine you probably
In
don't
a
have enough
sense.
time on the delve, but you're able to I bet you mark
Yeah, I'm
parts of
just
it with
working on it
wax
bit
to
by
just kind of start it.
Yeah.
But to make it useful and fully complete it, you'll have to take some downtime in the next town.
Fire up your 3B
No.
printer.
Exactly.
Question:
Oh,
Are
God.
you building it, or are the bees building it?
Well, it's
I mean, they're
sort
one
of
and the same, really.
I mean, there's my joke for the night. I'm done.
Mental
Because
damage.
I don't know how I feel about it. If the bees are going to be crawling all over the dog, because the idea of a honey dog is cute, but
Well, they have to do that in order to help put the materials where they need to go. I mean,
like
technically,
one of those,
I'm directing them. I'm the engineer here.
You
Choo
are.
choo.
It's like one of those
Nope,
dust
just gonna put-
printers, if you've ever seen those, where they
Better just not
sift
look.
dust
Just-
up.
So yeah, I'll vomit some bees onto
that-
the dog for this leg of the journey.
Okay. They start kind of working their way through. And again, it's not going to be functional until you have some more downtime, but they start on their way.
Genevieve.
Dog seems a little bit put off by that at first, but trusts you enough and stays with it.
Do you see what he's doing to that dog?
I'm trying not to pay attention to it. I'm really not. I know bees are good for the environment, but they shouldn't be into your skin.
It's unbelievable.
They shouldn't be into your skin. Why? Exactly. And I'll vomit some more
Creepy
bees out of
crawlies. Do you
spite.
have any idea how texturally gross that would be to feel bees crawling into?
Luckily, it is a. It
You
is
are a
effectively
living
machine.
honeycomb when you do this, Miss. You're part of something great,
It is-
greater than you could possibly understand. If you would just allow me to insert a few bees into you, just to get you started, it would be
I'm okay,
fantastic.
but thank you. I'm okay, but thank you.
5 bees.
I'm okay, but
Five
thank you.
bees.
It's a slippery slope. Getting bees in you.
No, thank you.
So it's more of a
chips.
sticky slope, but
Can't
Yeah.
have just one. Once you start with one bee,
All right.
you gotta add more.
What if I'm allergic?
Sir Galvin, you are making so much sense today. It's frightening.
Can any of
Yeah.
your bees read?
No, they leave the reading to me. That's how I contribute.
Okay.
All right. I don't know if you can use delve equipment multiple times on a delve. I don't know how that works. I don't remember. But I'll say whoever wants to do the roll this time, roll your d4. We'll throw that against.
I think that we sort of worked it out that whoever contributed the most towards a success or something like that would usually roll the delve, so that way it's spread around.
I blame Sir
Okay.
Galvin for this part.
I do too.
Okay, so I take it you want me to roll for the delve.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
All
fixing
right.
the dog.
What's the domain on this one?
This is either Warren or so this is just a d4.
Oh, okay.
You've already done the roll on the dog
Gotcha.
to repair it. This is just basically dealing damage to the journey. So your d4 roll against it.
Got a 3.
Okay. Noted. Okay. Let's see. You guys continue your journey. And And from what you know on what you've been told, like on this, how this path works, you're getting pretty close to Ranvis, but you're not quite there. You expect it to be like just another hour or so. And at this point, the hallways, they've kind of opened up a lot in a few places, but they're kind of constricted and getting a little bit more narrow here. You're still all able to like stand wide across it, but there's no like open caverns, and all of the sound you're making is just echoing down. And for the last hour or so, you've only heard yourselves talking and your supplies clinking on yourself. But you start to hear another mechanical kind of whirring. You guys don't really notice it at first because it sounds very similar to just the motors and pistons of John's armor as he's walking around. But you see, it sounds almost like it's echoing at first, but then it's kind of out of sync. Then it's getting louder, and it seems like there's another set of motors and pistons firing, approaching you in the direction that you're coming.
Makes me more nervous.
Keeping an eye out up ahead. Shield the sun.
Continue on for a little bit. It's probably another 2-3 minutes, and you are for sure like there is definitely someone ahead of you. Maybe another Vermisian knight. Sounds a lot like your armor.
Okay.
And continue. You don't see any like light though coming from that direction. And as the sound gets louder, and there's kind of like a slight curve, so you can't really see too far down this. You see a bit of metal glint in the darkness, and then you see this slightly like red light, and then the light splits into pairs as someone wearing armor very similar to you approaches from the blackness, and they seem to have just goggles on with these slight red glow coming from them. There's kind of like a screen effect on them as they're going through the lenses.
Sure. Wave to them.
They don't wave back, but they you do see their heads like looking your way. They're continuing their stride. And you see also at their hip they've got a leash in their hand, and with them is a what most people refer to as a cave dog, which is kind of a hybrid between a bat and a dog. It's about the size of like a large dog, and it's got kind of bat wings underneath it, and it's got this really almost pit bull like face because it's got some dog and some bat features.
Zerl, I want that dog.
Yeah. Hey! Are you there?
And he slows his stride a little bit. Doesn't answer.
Cat got your tongue. What's going on there?
You see his eyes kind of look across all of you. And now you're close enough that if you were a Vermisian knight, he seems a little off to you, John, because the way Vermisian knights treat themselves, there's a few key things. Like the rest of you, he looks just like John. You know, he's got that same type of armor. You all think that he's a knight. But now that you're closer to him, a few things that kind of seem strange to you are that his armor is very cleanly polished and buffed, which is very odd because most of the time they kind of treat their armor almost as like a project or a map. They like to inscribe where they've been. It's almost like this religious artifact to them as they map the hallways that they've been in. And this guy coming from deeper in the heart than you, and he does seem to be outfitted quite well. He's got a big pack that fits into his armor quite nicely. And you see a shotgun barrel kind of sticking up out of it. It looks like he's been around, but he is not keeping track of any of it. You also don't see any emblems of the Vermisian on it. but you do see a big GR for Glintrot. in his armor.
He's that bounty guy, probably. He's
Are
probably
you,
not a knight.
You a bounty hunter for Glint Rock?
And he nods.
Looking for...
And you hear this kind of
yeah.
robotic voice come through. It seems to be coming through like a voice box in his mask. And there's just like a bit of his helmet that's missing at the top. So you see some hair kind of poking through. And
Yeah.
he points towards you. I like your armor.
Thanks. Yours
It
is
would
quite
complete my
impressive.
set.
Nah, wait. Speaking of that, I like your dog. Can I pet it?
It's not for petting.
Not with that attitude.
We just came from Derelictus. I believe we ran into a few people that you're actually looking for. There's a lady who had a rifle and a pistol. Another chap, I don't remember what he looked like because now his face is all swollen. And then some other guy who got the crap
Who had an
kicked
axe.
out of him.
A lot of
Yeah,
axes.
he
Right,
had the
right.
head that looked like a bull.
And there was that elf
Mhm.
guy, but the one who got stung by the bees.
That's the guy with the swollen face, yeah.
Yeah, you're elf.
His head tilts back a little bit as if he's like thinking. He's like, that sounds like who I was looking for among
Yeah.
a few other groups.
Yeah, they were in Derelictus doing things that I don't believe they were authorized they could do.
Already dead.
Well, they're about a month behind on their contract, so I was coming to collect whatever they had.
Well, yes, Grubbers in Derelictus. That's where their remains are currently deposited.
I'll stop in there.
Can we pet your dog now?
Yeah, I'm gonna pet your dog.
No, but you may pass, except for you. And he points to you, John.
Oh, why is that?
And you see him like kind of reach across his chest, and his armor's full plate, but the only thing he's missing is like a pauldron on this side. He's like, I'd like to complete my armor set. I don't run into many of you.
He's trying to rob you.
Or he's just trying to like catch them all, sort of thing.
Oh, I'm gonna charge him. Oh shit, we broke
no.
April.
Oh, we lost April.
I mean, he might just offer him money.
Far codev. Oh shit.
Oh my.
Listen, we got a bunch of rerolls. Thank you.
Oh, she's back.
You're back. Don't hit the hang up button.
But she's still muted on her mic.
Push the button.
Hello?
There you go.
There you go.
Sorry about that. My internet's freaking out.
Sure, blame the
It's
internet.
all good.
I assure you, sir, that I quite need this armor. We're heading...
They usually do.
Did I mention that I'm charging him?
Okay. You charge him. As you start charging, he lets go of the leash.
That's what I wanted.
Now he can have the dog.
We're gonna pet that dog.
And that dog immediately like eyes on you and
Aggressive petting and
goes to meet your charge.
Yes.
So
Reckless
Nice.
petting. That was our prompt. Oh,
alrighty. Oh, and then even though he seems to like be aware that you're charging him because he dropped his handle, but he has not left gaze from John. And he goes to reach for his shotgun. Check. What are
Yes.
you doing?
Oh, I'm tackling the dog. It's
Tackling the
it's
dog. Okay.
Genevieve's now.
We can't
Dogs
just
for
have
everybody.
Galvin. Yeah, everybody gets a dog.
All right.
I get like
the name for
maybe
this
a
episode.
third of a dog.
Everybody look under your delves.
It's a pin bag.
It's a
Bees! All
It's a
right.
pin
Seems to be
bag.
rather attached to its owner, and rather protective. So I guess you can make. Is this a? I guess it'd be a kill test. Like you're trying to incapacitate the dog.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. Yeah.
The first
So it'd
step
still
to
be kill.
charming a dog Put it in a sleeper hold.
Even it's a submission.
Cole Nelson.
That's how that works.
Keep it from flying
I
around.
could totally
So-
give you a test. What's our warrant?
Yeah.
Or our domain?
This is going to be Warren. So it'll be kill Warren at risky.
Can I?
Especially like if you're
assist?
trying to not kill the dog,
Yes.
and you're trying to incapacitate it, it's definitely going to be risky.
Yeah, are you going to assist me in tackling this dog?
Yeah, and then
Can
you can
I?
assist. Yes.
Okay.
Take one of those advantages
I
too.
am taking an advantage.
Taking advantage.
You don't get an advantage. You just get to help me on the roll.
Aw.
This is
Are
risky.
they within arm's reach of me?
Kill Warren.
He could
Shotgun.
easily be within arm's reach of you.
Okay.
Yeah, he was pretty close to you guys as he was talking.
Are you
That's how
helping
you were
me
able to
too?
like, because his armor's kind of dark and polished, and you were able to make out like the details of it. So he's pretty close to you guys.
Okay.
It's helping you out with blood protection.
Yeah. Get +1 blood protection.
That's a success.
Nice.
There you go. All right, roll your damage on that, and I will mark that you're trying to incapacitate, not like kill it.
One.
And we will start digging in her bag to
Okay.
see if she has any treats.
You can take supplies damage and just have them.
That's an idea.
Yeah, it's true. You don't have to ask if you take supplies damage, unless it's like really outlandish. But you can't say I find a button that solves our problems. But
I want a laser sword Gatling gun. How much supply damage is that?
I think it's
Several.
whatever the difficulty of the delve is
12.
normally, and then maybe more exorbitant for fancy things.
And then you roll Fallout for taking stress.
Mhm. But or did you take? You didn't take any
Yeah.
stress.
Get success. So.
That was
Yeah.
me.
So it was,
Oh, that was
and then
okay. I see.
and because you did success with no stress, she didn't take any stress from
Well,
assisting,
she
right?
is
Or do you
burning
always?
supply damage.
Mhm.
I
Oh,
have dog
yeah.
treats.
Yeah,
Right.
I think you need to
Okay.
determine the stress for that. But
I'll say you could just burn one supply stress, because like you've already got a pet. It wouldn't be that outlandish that you've got treats that a dog would like, as well as your animal. So
Just remember,
Yeah.
anything's a treat
You-
if you try hard enough.
right. And these dogs are warren, like a lot of times they're wild, and they're often in warren and desolate places, so they eat just about everything. They're not very picky.
it's like Cyril.
But yes,
Maybe
you
we'll
have
share a
treats.
table someday.
Yes.
Mhm.
Are you attempting to use them?
Is the dog awake still?
It is. It's basically just brawling
Grappled.
on the
That's when
ground
you
right now.
start cramming treats in its face, right?
Rub its
I
belly.
mean,
Jam treats in its face.
she could crouch over and get like a little bit closer and be like, "Hey, do you want a treat? If you calm down."
And I think this is going to be compel. Let's say this would be compel Warren. And you do not need to roll it at risky because you've got the treats there. Actually, you can roll it with just a free mastery.
Okay, sweet.
But you're rolling at you'd be dealing a D4 stress.
Okay.
My cat is freaking out right now. Success. Okay. Yeah, roll your D4.
Oh snap! Diesel shot.
Ooh.
Thank you for that raid. We're playing some heart.
I don't know why it doubled it. Should
Oh.
just be
Get
4.
a raid.
Raid.
It wasn't a critical success. It's a 9.
Easy shot.
So, yeah, I'll just mark 4 there. I don't know why it said 8.
Because
Yeah, I'm not
maybe
sure. I
it
didn't click on
explodes.
I don't think it does.
let's Google that.
If it exploded, wouldn't it show the second
it
die roll?
explodes with I think there's like tags that it explodes. But this one.
Well, it's puzzling.
So it's still engaged like in this brawl grapple with Zerl, but it seems to be like slightly distracted. You can see its nose kind of like picking up on something, and it's no, not completely focused on Chuck.
Got some bacon strips for him.
Yeah, I would say at that point I would move closer with the treat until I'm like right in front of him. See if like just within arm's reach, like treat.
All right, you move up. As you're doing this,
Oh,
you
shit,
see the
lollygaggers.
shotguns.
Thank you for that raid as well. We are still playing Heart, and we are trying
Yes.
to wrestle a bat dog into being our friend.
Yeah, very defenders
In the middle of
Cobalt.
combat,
In the middle of combat.
another man.
We have
Yeah, its owner has a shotgun and is none too pleased.
Yes,
we
he's
have
drawing
projected
it.
combat, and we are making a friend.
It's a rather
Well,
nasty, expensive-looking shotgun that he's leveling at you, John.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I pull out I raise my shield and I'm like, sir, we do not have to do this. But if you start this, I will finish it. And I just
He
I get my
Still
shield.
seems very interested in you,
All right.
and you see him like snap his shotgun closed with the shells in it.
All right. Giving you a chance, man. You can walk away. Got my fire door up, holding my half mechanical dog. And
He doesn't seem phased or scared
Okay.
of you guys at all.
all right, fair. I will let him make the first action.
There's not really a
Yes, technically.
mechanism for that in the game.
Oh,
Yeah, it's more reactionary. Like,
okay.
so I guess you could be doing. So if you're trying to do it this way, I could say you're doing a compel test against
Okay.
him to try and like wear him down. So you could do a compel Warren.
Yeah, that might be an opportunity where you failed to
Sure.
convince him sufficiently so that he shoots you.
Yeah, it is definitely at risky.
All right. Let me roll that with risky going on.
I mean, it won't change.
Yeah, I know. Because that's not my thing. It's still failure.
So risky makes it so that you have to roll a 10,
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
even if it's just one day. So failure. We'll do stress on that.
All right. What's the stress going to be, or die size?
It is a
D40.
D6.
D6. All right. 3 stress.
And his gun has piercing as it fires. So you're not able to. I believe it's piercing.
Use my blood
It's
protection.
the one that. Yeah, the one that goes through blood.
Yeah.
He seems to be equipped for hunting people like you.
And looks like that is. Do we have a fallout for that then? No fallout.
Yep.
Okay.
So you'll roll your fallout roll.
Yep. No fallout.
Okay. Alrighty. So you guys hear this really percussive shotgun blast off, and you're in this hallway, so it's pretty loud, almost disorienting.
Okay.
Who's going next?
Theo, and I'll swing the bar from the toll booth that I've been dragging around. Catch, and I'll try to swing the other end towards Theo.
All right.
I don't know what you want me to do with this, but okay.
Clothesline, baby, let's do
All right.
it. He didn't pay the toll.
Okay. Yeah, you guys could make a. You can assist each other on a kill Warren test.
All right. Since you're doing it, I'll be the helper.
Alrighty.
So, Jake, when you go to roll, you'll just pick Dan's name out of the list, and it'll add the assist die to it.
What was the domain again? Warren?
Yeah. Kill Warren. This will be risky.
Oh, I did not roll risky.
I burnt some complications on him, so a lot of these are going to be risky, especially versus him.
Ooh, in that
I
case,
just had so many,
I'm going to spend a reroll. Try and do that.
All right.
We're only down to 5 now.
I think you guys have a bunch of those bonuses too.
We have
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that
Advantages.
too.
Yes, that you'll just check
Yeah.
mastery.
All right.
Yep.
I like that idea.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
there we go.
There you go. All right. So the two of you like hoist up this bar and you run at him, and you kind of like are on the other side of him. So you run past him towards John, and it just clocks him in the back of the head. Doesn't really knock him off balance or anything. It seems to definitely have like hurt him a bit, but the bar just breaks in half as it goes across his head.
Yeah, it was mostly dust
you're
at this
each-
point, so
Yeah, you're holding it, but you do deal some damage. So roll a d4 from that.
2.
2. Okay. He soaks that.
I am going to continue
Razzling the bat dog.
trying to subdue Genevieve's new pet.
Maybe I'll take a punch when the time comes.
If you're doing it aggressively, it'll be kill. If you're doing it less aggressively, it could be compel.
Let's see.
Don't hurt him.
aggressively.
Yeah,
Listen,
it'll be risky. So the dog's not supposed to be risky, but because you're trying to not kill it, it's
Yeah.
a risky roll.
I'm using a advantage as well.
Okay.
Success at a cost.
Success at a cost. Okay. So
My-
it bites into you. Like you're trying to loosen your grip and like not quite choke it out. So as you're adjusting your hands, it gets a good bite in your shoulder.
You
take
dick,
2
we're just
blood.
trying to give you a new home. I did deal 2 stress to it. Is that how much I take as well?
Yes. I think. Success at a cost. Is that yours? Oh wait, no. You roll you click the dice on the,
Oh,
because you roll your equipment damage, and then
yes.
click on the dice on your success and a cost. So
3.
you take 3 blood stress.
It's actually kind of nice how that all works. You can just click through the whole, including taking
Yeah.
the stress.
That's pretty nice.
Undo that. Get out of here, you jerk. No fallout.
Oh, rolls
But I
the
did
fall
deal
off.
2 stress to it.
Yep, you do. And it seems to be calming down a bit, but also seems very still aggravated. It's a pretty loyal dog to its owner, who is still in combat, still standing.
Yeah, we'll see if we can fix that. I'll try and shoot him.
I was gonna say, I think at that point, she would toss a couple of treats just to get the dog's attention, maybe
Okay.
away from Zerl, but she would also like to take her blunderbuss out and take a shot at the guy on his
Okay.
horse.
Which one are you doing? Because you can either make a kill test against the repo guy or the compel test against the dog.
I'll do the kill because
Okay.
I think we need to get rid of him quick.
All right.
Yeah,
Was Theo
and you get the
taking
sense
that
that
shot
it's probably going to be
first?
easier to subdue the dog with him out of the picture.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Dan did speak up first to do that. So I'll have Dan roll his shot first, and then you can roll yours, April.
Sure. Sorry.
Got it all ready to roll.
Very good.
Nice.
Yep. And
I
it
use
is,
one of our masteries also, our advantages.
All right. Did you reduce it or shall I?
I did not. So
I shall reduce it. We're down to 7.
Oh, seriously?
your shot rings out, and it seems
I'm
to
gonna
like.
re-roll that.
Yes, you can do that.
That makes sense, yeah.
Or
That one damage would just like harmlessly ping
Nice.
up.
There we go. And it is piercing Oh no, I don't need to re-roll that. I have brutal, so I rolled 2 d8s anyways, and I take the better one.
Oh.
Well, then I'll put
Okay.
that reroll back.
Great.
Oh.
And this is piercing, you said?
Piercing.
It is piercing. Okay.
And I also take stress because I rolled max damage. So
Yes, you do. Okay, 8 damage. This is the first time he's been hurt. And with that, your shot like punches a hole right underneath his shoulder, kind of his chest. He seems to kind of grimace at that a little bit and seems surprised. But he still doesn't break his gaze off of John. And that's supply stress that you take
yes,
from okay.
because the
like
but I can mark it
expensive.
as fortune stress as a character trait I have. So
Oh, okay.
I have a thing
either
where I
one.
can basically take any stress and mark it in fortune, and then when I get fallout from it, I get a perk.
Well, that's
Oh.
awfully fortunate.
It is.
All right, April. So you're taking your shot at the guy now as well.
Okay. Yep.
I only get to do it once per situation. So
Oh,
You did
that
bad.
would not hit.
You did bad, kid.
Yeah.
All right.
Click the little
Yeah,
dice
so-
next to
So,
failure.
oh,
Click the dice there.
Click the heart. You take 4 stress.
let's see.
Or stress. So you take your shot at this guy and it kind of harmlessly pings off of his armor. It like scuffs off of one of his pauldrons. And as you do that, the dog lets go of Chuck's shoulder and his head turns towards you. And he lets out this like giant shrieking cry in your direction. And you take some mind damage. So that'll be 4
Ooh.
mind.
That is actually perfect. Let me go ahead and roll Fallout. All right. No Fallout.
All right.
I would like to wang this dude with my shield.
Okay.
After
Make that test.
some
Sir
scuffs
Galvin
on him.
does that, I would like to do something while this dog is shrieking. Holy crap, you rolled
Okay.
a 10.
So the d6 for the damage.
2. Okay.
Only 2.
And this, your shield, does it have piercing or anything on it?
No.
Okay.
Don't.
You meet his damage
I don't have a
reduction.
lot in the
So
way of offense.
I say, don't forget that everybody has the potential for a brutal weapon.
Oh,
Because
oh, is that still going?
It goes until we get to our next location.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I guess
Nice.
you could roll that as brutal. So you can roll that again.
again.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh. Yeah. You ping it into him. Doesn't really like. You
Yeah.
see that he kind of has to brace against it, but it doesn't do any damage.
Sure.
Lasts until we enter a landmark.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice.
Yeah. Alrighty. Who's going next? Chuck, you said you were going.
yes. Well, the dog is shrieking. I'm going to go ahead and reach
Okay.
in there and just grab a hold of its tongue. See if that'll disable it.
All right.
Shh. Are you gonna go in the Caesar Milan?
I'm
Like,
giving you 30 lift right now.
I'm not gonna make it risky because
Of course.
of that. It's not risky. That's pretty incapacitating to have a hand in his mouth.
It
So you
is.
said it's not risky?
It's not risky. Yeah, just roll it as like a normal kill test.
You got it. Well, I'll take it.
Test at a cost. Okay.
gonna nibble on you a bit.
Yeah. All right.
I'm going to take
Roll
4
that.
stress. Is this
4
to blood
stress.
or something else?
This will be to mind. So that shriek's still going. You kind of put your way, or your like self in harm's way of that blast. So you also take 4 mind stress. But now your hand is in there, grabbing onto its tongue, and it's just kind of, and it cuts the thing short.
I've got it.
Aw.
More stress I inflict to it.
You've disabled its special attack.
Someone grabbing my tongue is pretty stressful. I'm not gonna-
Roll got your tongue. After all.
All right. And you inflicted 4 on it, you said? Okay.
That's why the dentist is so scary.
It is.
Can grab your tongue.
That's all I
With
give
that,
that
you-
mouth meat, boy, and it just grabs
So
your tongue
you-
and shakes it around.
You do exceed its threshold for this. So the dog is incapacitated. Like, you've been rolling to not kill it, so you basically knock the dog out.
I got your pet.
Good job, but we have bigger problems right now.
So, dog slumps over. All
Hey,
right,
my
who's going
friend.
next?
I'll stab at our false knight with a hive tool.
Okay. Go for it.
Risky kill.
Yes, kill Warren.
Roll it. Yeah.
Wow.
Ow.
Is it still success at a cost, even though you got a 10?
You only had one die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Huh, I thought it would still count as just like a success.
You,
but I
you
guess that's
are
fine.
you are punished for
Doesn't
only
make sense.
having one die to roll. Unfortunately,
Well, hive tool is
Alright.
brutal, so I get to roll it twice and pick the higher,
Nice.
which is what I
Nice.
get.
That's good. Yeah.
is it
All right.
piercing?
No.
Is not piercing, but you do deal more damage than he has protection, so he does take some from that.
Galvin's
Okay.
good at taking a hit, not dishing it out yet.
He's going to go, like, as you're hitting him with that, he's going to go to, like, backhand you with his arm. So roll your stress for that. It's going to be blood.
All right.
You'll get +1 to your blood protection, so yay.
Yep.
Ooh. I'm actually
All right.
gonna invoke my the hive ability, and I'm gonna take that in mind instead.
Okay. He aims a little high, dings you across the dome a little bit. Yeah. You're
Fortunately, he's
razzled
just
slightly.
made of bees, so I mean,
Yeah. My bees are just really upset right now.
Not often you could say that, but yes, fortunately, he
Made of
is
wax,
made of
honey, and
bees.
bees.
he's rustled the bees.
Yes. All right. Yeah. So you take that. Who's going next?
I'd like to
I
swing
may.
at him again if I could, but go ahead, April.
Go ahead. No, you're
No,
fine. Go
it's
ahead.
your birthday. You go ahead.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Oh,
April's
thank
finally
you.
We'll do
21.
April, and then we'll do John.
Thank you. At this point, I would like to go ahead and try and cast Frenzy of the Sky Court. That would be Evade and Occult.
Sounds fancy.
And because I have taken 4 mind damage, I get to roll it with Mastery.
Ooh. That's the
So
cost.
at this point, I would get +1 protection to all resistances for the remainder of the situation.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Does anything else happen with that success? Is the success just you succeeding on casting, or does it inflict anything?
It does not inflict anything. I assume
So
I can
you'll
only
roll
make-
that. Roll the damage, then you'll take for the at a cost. Just by clicking on the dice there. Restress. All right. And we'll say that because it's casting, it's stressful. You can take that as mind, as it kind of stresses you as you're attempting to make that.
Ooh, a minor
fallout.
fallout.
Tables.
You did. Oh. Minor
That
fallout
is-
for mind.
One of my beats for this session.
You take
You can just drag that to your character sheet, April.
Mhm.
Nice. But do.
Oh, goodness. Through collateral magic, I immediately cast Etheric Scourge on a nearby alley, but mark no stress for doing so.
Yay.
So I guess you'll pick one of us randomly and see who you do.
So how many
Does
How
it
many of them are
ask you to
considered
pick, or do I
nearby?
get to pick?
It does not specify.
Let me look. Just the how do I see Fallout on you?
It's down towards the bottom of the.
Oh, there we go. Make mine immediately cast on a nearby alley. Mark no stress for doing so. Okay.
Right, just D4 it and just.
I think I'll. What kind of damage does that do?
Yeah, just put it in the chat there.
Oh.
Oh, snap. Our tree robot friend just gave us 300 bits for another banked reroll.
Or another
Thank
D.
you.
Takes D6 stress is raw
Now
magic.
quad barrel the B shotgun.
Burning their
Yes.
skin. It looks like blood. Because it's burning their skin and hair.
Yeah, sounds right.
Yikes.
That sounds moderately unpleasant.
I'm
Sounds
gonna roll.
entirely unpleasant.
We're gonna have that randomly apply. So I'm gonna do.
Does our new dog pet count as one of the possible recipients?
Don't give him any ideas.
That's a good idea. And that rounds out the D6.
Look at that. Man.
None work past the RoboDog.
Well, if it happens to the
Five.
Robodog, we can fix him, so that's fine.
And 5 is April, so I reroll. 6 is the top.
Oh no.
Oh
My God.
We worked so hard.
Who was
Probably not
gonna
so
kill it,
in front of it and
but,
take the damage?
Yeah.
In the end, it didn't even matter.
All right. Roll your D6.
Oh no.
Poor dog. Is the dog dead?
It's not looking good. It's breathing a little bit, you think. Might be boiling.
Stop
But,
moving.
Oh
it takes a blast. You hear a yelp.
I worked so hard for that. What are you doing, kid?
no. Oh, not my dog, not my dog.
John, your turn.
I can't fix that one.
I'm gonna wump this guy.
All right.
Maybe.
Mhm.
I'll use one of the masteries to roll with mastery because why not?
Go for it.
Nice.
Success
I'll
the
take
cost.
success at cost. All right.
Awesome.
So, damage first.
Yeah, roll your damage, and then they'll happen simultaneously. So,
Okay.
5. Perfect
Success, and then it's a D6, right, for the die size.
Yes, he's doing a D6 against you with a shotgun. So you mark 4 blood stress as his second round, and that shotgun goes off on you.
All right.
And it is piercing, so just 4 flat.
Yep. Still no fallout.
I tried to give it to you.
I know. It's my thing.
All right. But with that 5, though, he only had 2 health left.
Ooh.
Mainly because Dan did 8 damage piercing right out the gate. That was a lot. So, yeah.
It was certainly an improvement over the initial one.
Is that you bashing with your shield?
Yeah.
Okay, so I picture you like lifting your shield to bash him, and then he takes
His
another
head just
shot in your
goes in.
chest, and you just crumple it across his head.
Like you said, it's the fire door off of a train, so it's a big, heavy shield.
Yeah, you kind of punch his head like into his armor a little bit.
Yeah. Those
Yeah.
Ninja
Turns
Turtles
into a
are
turtle.
hot
Not
second.
pretty.
Yeah.
Pop up Ninja Turtle toys.
Yeah, a little bit of that. And he just
That'll
kind
damage
of
you.
stands there, just slowly falls back.
And it's a shame those goggles were nice.
It's a shame, but I'd also like that shotgun.
Go for it.
Yeah.
The
I'll try
only
to salvage
guns I
whatever
need are
armor there is,
these
you know?
two.
Yeah. Yeah. He has
I won't salvage the piece of armor that has the big GR on it, because I feel like that's it's like saying, "Hey, Glint Rock, come kill us."
Right. It would be taboo as the, or I think there's like it'd be Omen. There's a tag that says like it's dangerous to carry this thing, and Omen would be that. But it is like a D6 technology resource that a lot of people like Vermisian tech, especially Vermisian tech that's been maintained to some degree. So it is valuable.
All right.
And that was for the armor?
Yeah, so armor. Yep. It's not wearable by anyone else other than you.
Okay.
Or Galvin, get a
'cause
shotgun.
Yeah, and that is a D6 piercing double-barreled shotgun.
I would like to vote in favor of naming it Shadi Bumbadi.
You can do so.
What? Oh, I've got your dog.
Seconded.
Oh,
Oh,
seconded.
yeah.
yeah.
We
Is
need to
it
get into a bit.
It is not dead. It's unhappy. It's kind of just laying there, whimpering, burnt all on one side of its body.
I cast healing hands
someone
on
wants-
this dog. And I just give it a bunch of fucking pets and shit.
Yeah. If someone wants to make
not going
a mend Warren test on it,
I
you
can put
could-
some honey on his burns. Would that?
I
That
Do
would
you think
help.
that would help? Okay. I'll assist then with the mend.
Yeah, whoever wants to mend Warren, roll
was
it.
gonna say.
Someone else should do that, because before I can do that, I would need to eat some dirt. Holy shit
Oh.
sticks.
Critical success.
Wow.
All right. So, critical success. So you go to, apply first aid to the dog. And it's not as bad as you thought. Seems like most of this is just kind of surface level. It looks a lot worse because it's magic. But he seems stable, seems unhappy. He's definitely been subdued. And in a way, this works out because he's much more scared of you guys now. Like, you thoroughly beat him to submission and killed his owner.
We're
So,
good elders.
You might have
just
to.
started funneling him trees.
Terrified.
It's not going to immediately be a bond like the other dog, but it is not still like attempting to fight against you guys. It's more like scared, and you'll have to win it over eventually.
Oh.
Genevieve, if you had some bees working inside of you, you could just feed it honey from your mouth. It would love you
I'm
then.
okay.
Like a
I'm
bird.
Okay, but thank you though.
Oh, just baby bird that right into his mouth.
No.
I can't do that because I'm busy spitting
Nope.
honey on the robot dog. So
Yeah,
I'm okay.
but she's
thank
getting
you.
a little bit more of his skeleton filled out with honey. But
Just a giant shiver runs down her spine.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
fair.
you guys salvage that. You bring the dog along with you. It's able to walk on its own.
All right. Well, I'm sorry, Joe. What did you say about the armor? I could kind of scavenge it.
So
Or?
the armor, basically you're able to pull it apart, and it is a D6 technology. Just say like scrap metal.
Okay.
D6 of technology and omen on it.
Okay.
So omen's kind of like I think it's called omen. I might be wrong on the name. There's basically a bond, or there's a tag that's like a
Occult?
general. No,
What domain would it would be? Technology domain, right?
it's technology domain, but then there's like additional tags that are like
Sure.
special things as a part of that.
Omen, you said?
I think it's called omen.
Okay.
I don't remember. That's it.
Wasn't paying attention.
I don't see the one. There, just put it as omen. I'll know what that
Okay.
means.
Sure.
It's basically like there's certain people that it'll, like if someone from Glitrot sees that, They might ask you guys some questions that might look a little sus. But if someone doesn't care about that, they'll take it.
Oh, we found this guy obliterated in the hallway back there.
Yeah, and it's
dog
not
was burned
automatically
by
a fight. Yeah, you can definitely talk your way out of it. It's just some people might look weird at it. Resources equipped. Resource tag.
Looks like he was stung by a bunch of bees, though. Don't know how that happened.
That's how we cover all of our murders. Is we just have the bees sting them afterwards. So
They're
the bees,
unrecognizable.
terrible bee problem.
No.
Incidents.
I don't want to take the blame for this one. I mean, the credit. I think Sir Galvin should take the credit for this one.
It is unfortunate that he chose violence over peaceful negotiation.
Very unfortunate that violence led to you bashing his head in.
I'm just
Well,
glad
he
we
gave
were
me
able
no
to
option.
rescue
Why you
the
would get in
dog
trouble
that he
and not
was
me.
burning.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, so terrible.
What
Who does that to dogs?
I think someone did mention they wanted to go after those goggles too. They're broken, but they could be
I did.
repaired.
Yeah, I can
So
repair
I'd
those.
say like D4 broken night vision goggles.
Nice.
I'll get to work on those after the dog's ready.
I could fix those for you.
After the dog is ready.
Everything has a strange orange hue now, but
It works, but
Not
I just
usually-
hear buzzing whenever it's on.
I think that's normally the term a vet would use. Your
You
dog
put
is
on the
ready.
goggles and two bees just stab you in the
Your dog
eyes
is
with their
complete.
stingers. Yeah, I feel so much better now.
still printing.
Yeah. All right. So with that,
Yeah, Normally they make like a little high-tech humming sound when they turn on, but these just go bzzz.
roll your D4 again against the delve.
I might take this one.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Three's all
Perfect.
right.
And you only needed 2, so you beat it by 1. Meaning you guys arrive into Ravnus.
We did it.
You did it.
All right.
So,
You did well.
you guys, the tunnel starts widening a little bit after another hour or so of travel. And you seem to be like at the bottom. It opens up a lot above you. You've kind of been trending downward through these tunnels throughout most of this. But you open up into the bottom of this cavern, and you see there's this giant city temple almost that's been carved out of this cavern. You see all sorts of steps and stairways and houses, and just looks like a small little town with a giant temple in the middle of it.
Ringvolt 070. Thank you for that follow.
Yeah, thanks. As you guys make your way into town, you see that there's people here, but they all seem to be like really shifty. They're all wearing like trench coats. They've got hats pulled down. A lot of them are like kind of eyeing you around the corners and things, and then sneaking away. You're constantly like briefly meeting someone's gaze, and they'll turn their head away real quickly.
I'll just
you
start like
see-
looking under their hats and saying, "Are you Shub K? Are you Keegan S? No. Are you Could some?
Why don't we go to maybe there's a
The Beepo.
Beepo around here that will have that information.
Well, I
There is in
mean,
fact a Beepo.
Which shifty person in the shifty hat and trench coat is the right guy?
Probably the one
Let's-
comprised of 3 goblins, but
No. You make your way over to the Beepo office, and as you come inside, it looks pretty similar to the previous office. Instead of seeing like someone posted behind the desk, you see what looks to be like almost a scarecrow wearing a trench coat. And you hear a voice call out from behind the counter, like, "Who is it?"
delivery
Package
folk.
Delivery.
And as this voice talks, you see the pole with the trench coat bob up and down a little bit. And they say, "Oh, fantastic! Who's it for?"
We
Looks
got
like
a Shub K and a Keegan S.
Oh, him. Place it on the in front of me place it on directly in front of me on the counter.
At this point, Genevieve would step forward and take one of the packages.
And
very
you see the
Extend the robo
scarecrow rotate, so it's one of its arms of the coat like brushes over the counter. And you see a hand reach out from underneath and pull it down.
I extend the robo.
You hear some scribbling. Yeah. You hear some scribbling and paper shuffling around underneath the desk. He's like, "Oh yes, he's over. They are over on the edge of town here," and he gives you some brief directions on where to turn through the streets. Like second floor. You'll see the staircase winds up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very well.
I have a second one as well, and hand the secondary package over. I'm not sure which one you decided I handed over first, or did they live in the same area?
Oh, so I thought you guys handed both at the same time.
Oh.
Because he says they, and both packages are going to the same spot.
Oh, okay. Now I'm following.
Do we get our stamps now or later?
Oh, right. And then he rotates in the other hand of the jacket, touches the side of the counter. And you feel like a clamp as like a spring clamp. And he flings the arm and two stamps like clamped with a little pin onto the end of the coat jacket fly over the edge of the counter. He's like, "Here's your stamps."
All right, I gotta see this shit. I'm gonna run up, leap over the counter, and see who's behind there.
You see a terrified little man wearing like a small little fedora hat and got like some clothes that barely fit him. He's sitting there holding the pole. He's like, "Ah, who are you?" And he hits you with the pole.
Why are you
"Get me
hiding
back here! Employees only!" It's a disguise.
Who are you hiding from?
Everyone.
Why?
They all want to know who I am.
Who are you?
Do you not know where you are?
No.
This is Ravdus, the Temple of Vigilance.
What does that even mean?
Everyone's trying to spy on everyone here. You can't give away any information.
Oh, what time is it?
Do you have any
I don't know.
wildflowers back there?
Why do they call the town ravenous? Is there like a shortage of food or something? Do they eat people?
It's Ravness, not Ravenous.
Oh, shit. Steven just threw out two more bakery
It's hard to
rolls.
pronounce.
Steven, thank you.
I'm probably saying it wrong even. It might be like Ravenous or something like that.
No, that's fine. I think it's great that I could totally in character see misunderstand.
There's someone trying to eat you. Is that why you're hiding?
Yeah, he explains it like that. No, it's not Ravendus, Ravness.
Hey there, Oak.
2 syllables. And he whacks you again with his pole with the trench coat on it. He's like, "Get out of here! Employees only!"
Cyril, that's for employees only. You should leave the tiny man alone.
All right.
Wait,
Do you want to chew on the wood here before we go?
He wouldn't tell me what his name is. I think it's Franklin.
I'm the postman.
He's the postman.
Name
Who
is
the
Kevin.
postman?
I was
You're
about
not
to
just
make a
the
Kevin
postman.
joke.
Well,
You are not the postman.
no, but he's holding the post with the
can't-
coat on it.
Yeah.
So
Afford to
he's-
give away information like that,
With
lady.
a fake man on it.
He's the man with the
Post
posters.
fake man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I try and like dive for his wallet to see if he has like an identification card?
You can.
Let me just grab your ball. I'm not going to steal
He's-
from you. I just want to steal your wallet.
I'll say maybe an evade test because he's gonna see you like going for it.
This
Can
seems
I
like
actually?
a terrible idea. Can I assist you in this?
Can I actually use my mark of shadow?
Sure.
When I speak the
What
right
does that
words,
do?
I become hard to notice. It gives me the sneak skill. Hiding from something or someone is always a standard action.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Jake, what did you do?
You can do this as a sneak then. Sneak, Haven, or
Take down the
religion.
Genevieve. It's okay.
well you can do Haven or religion for almost everything in this town.
I'll do
So-
Haven.
Oh, these are not my people.
Success.
All right.
So No,
So
go
you
ahead.
become like shadow and. All right. So
Yeah.
you see him hunched down there, and he's still kind of like looking the direction that Chuck left the counter. He's picking his pole back up. You see there's like a small satchel that seems to have his things in it, and you're able to rifle through it. And it's like a really thick wallet, you know, like one of those wallets that has way too many cards in it.
George Costanza wallet.
And
Makes
you pull that
yourself
out.
like this.
And there's probably about 12 to 15 different ID cards in here
Oh god.
that all have almost identical information, but just like slight letters shifted around.
Are the names different?
Wait, yeah, what are the names then?
All the names are misspelling. I think I gave this guy a name.
Like it just moves a letter, like the
Yeah,
first letter
they're all like
back
anagrams of like
for
the
each
same
one.
and just misspellings. This guy's name is Westy.
Westy. So I think Genevieve would stand up and be like, Westy. And at this point, she would lose focus. So she would no longer be invisible. And she would just start flipping through, reading off the names on
He
each
drops his
12.
pole and goes, "Hey!" And he goes and snatches it from your hand and stuff. So you're like, "You can't be saying that." And he pokes his head up above the counter for the first time and looks around.
Do we see anyone?
Like, I guess it's clear right now, but like, you can't do that. You gotta bust me.
Westy,
He slinks
if
back
anyone
on
ever
Westy for
gives you
what?
shit, I would die for you.
You know, Westy,
I appreciate
if
that, and I will remember
you need
that.
somebody to stick up for you, if you won't stick up for yourself, what if I were to incorporate you into the hive and have a bunch of bees implanted into your skin? He would be.
Or we could just go deliver the packages and let him continue on his way. That seems to be working
know.
for him.
I appreciate the offer, but I don't
Why would
really
it
trust a
work
bunch
for
of
him
bees
when
to
it
keep
could work
secrets.
for everyone.
I'd
No.
say leave him be,
Some of
but
us
that's
prefer to
not what
poop
we
alone.
want you to do.
A hive mind is about the farthest that I'm trying to be. But,
Imagine
he
the bees
seems-
always spying on you.
rather disturbed by this
Never considered communal
request.
pooping.
He almost would seem terrified by this request there, Jake. So,
All right. Well, do you have any wildflowers back there, like to spruce up the post office?
Got a whole arboretum in the back.
it's like, no. You say flowers, and it's like, no, there's not. I did see flowers for the first time actually very recently here. They're not, I don't have them in here, but I saw like a vine somewhere around one of the alleyways. I don't remember which one it was in. I'd run past. I don't dilly-dally on my way to work. I can't let anyone know I'm here.
What are you hiding from?
Everyone, that's
Everyone.
what he's hiding from.
Why?
Well, everyone's hiding here.
Because they're watching you. Why are they watching you? What'd you do?
This whole place needs
Everyone's
a
I go and
Everyone
grab the
here.
package from the counter
then-
and grab the other one.
If anyone wants to
Just, like,
do
standing
too
behind
is there like a general knowledge test?
Yeah, it's called knowing things.
Knowing things. Yeah, roll a knowing things test. I guess you could do like a discern religion. If anyone wants to roll a discern religion.
Nah.
Sure. Is it standard?
Yep.
While they're rolling
Especially after you've been
that,
talking to him.
I'm
No.
going to convince Westy here to be one of my new best friends / fans by regaling him of tales of my exploits
That'll be mind stress.
in the fighting arena.
Okay.
Once grabbed a dog by the tongue until it passed
I
out.
did do that.
He's doing okay.
So as you tell him about this, Chuck, and he seems rather engrossed in your story that you're giving. After a little bit of time passes, and he kind of is laughing. He seems to drop the act a little bit. He's like, "Okay, I'm gonna level with you guys. Like, looks like you're not from around here.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be in town for a while, everyone's like me. It's the temple. We're all spies. We train to be spies. We do that our whole life. That's all we do. The contracts are a little shy now. It's the Temple of Vigilance. That's all the temples around here. Everyone's obsessed with one thing. This is what we're obsessed with. So don't harsh your vibe, man.
So I have blackmail
Secrets.
on you now.
What was that?
So I have blackmail on him now, because I know his name.
I'll have to get it changed again.
I'd recommend Easty.
He looks a little defeated.
So...
But yes, you definitely do have access to knowledge that someone was trying to conceal.
Yes.
Hey!
Yes.
We
That is
could
my other favorite tonight.
learn the names of everyone in town. And
By
then
force.
Yeah, or guile, subterfuge. We could,
No.
Why?
and then we could
Most
convince
people are
them.
just going to give you fake names. But
Yeah.
Well, that's why we, turn to
Force.
It's the bees.
we turn to force. We turn to shadows, and we dig through their stuff.
those might have been fake.
Are there any other packages that need to go out from here?
I believe there were some. I haven't had visitors in a while, so they're not ready. But if you want to stop by on your way out of town,
Sure.
I think there's one or two around here.
All right.
And
Sounds good.
he's like still in the act of spinning his trench coat around on the pole, so it's like facing backwards, like
All right.
back.
I'm gonna,
I'll have to
I've got my
check.
package. I've got the packages, and I'm just gonna start heading for the door. I'm like, all right, go deliver these.
All right.
Full
So
sprint.
real quick, since it's getting close to time, the other thing we need to run through. So as we're leaving, Jake, he mentioned that there was like a vine or something that he had seen recently.
Yes.
And this town's kind of like bleak and almost got like this noir-esque feel to the whole place. Everyone's wearing trench coats, everyone's being a little sleazy, everyone's like
Smoking.
trying to avoid lots of cigarettes and some pipes. So the only splash of color really sticks out to you, and you see there's like this green vine with these orange reddish flowers that are budding kind of sparingly on it. It's a very thin vine. These are very tiny flowers, but you see it kind of like weaving its way through some alleys.
I will project my bees onto the flowers in order to refill on their nectar.
Yeah.
Are you gonna pollinate those flowers?
Absolutely.
You send your bees towards it,
Perfect.
and most of them do their thing, but a handful of them start to follow the vine back and seem to kind of ignore your commands to return to you.
You fellas go on ahead. I need to investigate these vines right quick.
All right.
I'll be back to repairing the dog in no time.
And you all know
The robot dog.
where the and you guys all know where the house to deliver the packages are, so you'd be able to reconvene there. So real quick, Jake, as you follow these vines, they lead you down a few alleyways. They're kind of looping up and over some fences, across some railings. Eventually you make it to this alley, and you see a man. He's not wearing trench coats or anything. He looks rather out of place. It's the first person wearing anything colorful that you've seen here. He's hunched over, and he seems to be like bracing himself against the wall. And he's wearing these bright kind of religious robes. And he seems to have all of this like plant life woven into them. He's got like kind of vines and flowers and brush just kind of all over, especially on his back. He's kind of looking away from you, and you see his hand is touching this vine, almost as if it's extending from his hand. And you hear him kind of coughing, and it seems like he's got this really ghastly, guttural cough in his throat. But as he hears you around the corner, he starts to compose himself, and he pulls his hand away, and you see the vine kind of like detaches from itself, from his hand. And he straightens himself up, and he turns towards you. His skin's a little miscolored, and he seems to light up as he sees you. He's like, "Oh, it's you made it here finally. I suppose you look to be doing much better than I expected. I see our first gift made its way to you."
Are you referring to this? I'll pull out a jar of heart's bloom that I have.
No, it was the little bead that we gave you.
Oh, I might have accidentally infected one of my friends with that, but
His
I did
jaw
see.
like drops.
I did see it.
We could procure another one, I suppose. You really should have that. But no matter. It's been a long time in the working anyways. What's a delay here and there? Yes, I'll have to order another one. But I've been waiting here for some time. It took a little bit longer than I was expecting this. I don't have much left, but you will definitely want that bead if you were to continue your way down.
Oh, is that so? Who should I speak to get another music box of pain and anguish?
Oh, she put it in a music box, did she? She loves that. I don't know exactly what they'll have it in, but you just need the bead. And he lets out this horrible cough, and as he's coughing, some like spores come out of his mouth, and like a little bit of like plant debris. It's like is in his hand, and he crushes it and drops it to the ground. He says, "There's a woman named Emrys in the Red Grove. It's just a little ways past here. I was really just supposed to check in on you and make sure that you didn't dilly-dally too long with the glass in your system. It's a two-part thing. You're supposed to get the glass and then the spores, and they counteract each other so you don't wind up like me."
Oh, that's good to know. The not ending up like you. I'm on a sacred quest, you see, and I can't afford to be cursed.
And well, I am as well, and you're a very important part of it. And is your friend also on this quest that you've shared our gift with?
I guess he is now.
He'll want to be. It's if you only have one part, either the glass or the spore, it's not good. I'd give him another 2 days.
And where would I get the spore to counteract the bead?
Emrys should have both now. She should only have the spore, but I'll get a bead sent to her.
Okay.
You'll be sure to do
So I'll get
them
2
a day
spores
apart.
from her, 1 for my friend, and then I'll wait for the bead, and then...
Yes,
take
she has
them-
several spores, and I can get 1 bead sent over.
Okay, excellent. Could I have my bees back, please?
Oh, sure. And he straightens his robes up a little bit, and you see that these plants are not woven into his robes. They don't move as he moves his robes around. They are protruding from his body, from his skin. And he kind of rustles his cloak a little bit, and your bees return to you. It's like,
Okay.
we've not had one of your kind join our quest yet. It's amazing. It'll be such a service.
I could see how. Flowers, bees working together for the glory of the hive. It'll be...
Exactly.
Exactly. I can't wait. Emrys, you say?
He lets out another horrible cough. He like chokes
don't-
up a full like leaf, and he's like,
Don't bother saying anything. You're fine. I have to
yes,
go deliver
Emrys,
some
Red Cap
mail.
Grove.
Red
You
Cap
do
Grove.
that. And he like goes to stretch, and you hear like wood snap as he does that. He says, "Oh dear, yeah. Don't let your friend forget the spore.
I
He won't be able to
won't.
move soon."
Oh boy. Sorry for the curse. Bye.
It's a part of our enlightenment. I accepted it willingly.
God, you're terrifying, and I love it.
And he doesn't chase. He returns his hand back to the wall and kind of braces himself. And you hear some more coughing as you return back to the group. I know we're at time. Is everyone okay if we do like the last little bit of the packages?
Sure.
Good.
Okay. So we make our way back over. Jake reconvenes. And you find this very tall, very narrow, like squarish or like rectangular house. It's only 2 stories. The bottom story is like almost just the frame. The whole thing looks like it's been burnt out and then kind of boarded up. But the top half looks to be in better shape. And there's all of these kind of makeshift boards and debris that's been shoved in like a spiral around the house. And they lead up to a very secure looking metal door. It's got all sorts of like glass lenses and things placed all about it. And you see several like places where the door can slide open at various heights. And you see like one entire side of the door is a hinge, and then the other half has like that little protective metal flap so you can't get anything through the side. And it's got a big doormat on the bottom. It's like this really industrial looking door, and then there's this like happy little doormat that just says "Please knock" in this like cursive font.
Sir Galvin will go up and knock on the door. Are both packages going to the same location?
Yes.
Okay.
That makes sense because he's got
Clank, clank,
the funny
clank.
name thing going on too.
Mm-hmm. So you hit the door a few times. You hear a startle like, "Ah! No one's home.
Package delivery."
Oh, I'll be there in a second." And then you hear footsteps, a few crashes of some things, some expletives yelled, and he
Make
makes it
sure
to
you
the
ask
door.
him for identification for both packages.
I'll let
This
you
guy
ask that.
craps alone. I see what you mean.
And you see there's light inside, like you can't really see through any of the glass, but you see like each of the lenses, like there's some light coming from the other side. And you see each of them like dim out for a second you assume he's probably moving his head around to each one. And he slides open a little piece of metal in the door. And he looks around. He's like, "How many of there are you?" "Oh, out of towners."
Yes.
"How many packages?"
2.
"Just one?" Two. Interesting. Okay. He shuts it. You hear this extensive set of keys jingling, padlocks unhinging, and then a giant sliding bolt. And then you hear a plank of wood like clatter against the ground. And the door like slowly opens. He's like, come in. Quickly."
I'm just going to hand him the package. And
Because I know I can't do business on my doorstep. He's like, "It's not safe."
I'll walk
He
in.
invites you all in.
Are you a spy too?
We all are.
Ah. Okay.
We are all dedicated to the Church of Vigilance,
Spying on.
the most respectable and utilitous branch of the Church of the Moon. Church of the Moon beneath. Blah, blah. But he looks at the packages, and one of them looks to be in pretty good condition. The other one that the dog was on is like, it looked like it was just oil at first because it's been kind of dark, but in the light of his room, like it's crumpled. It's got blood stains on it. It's got oil stains on it. Like that package looks beat to hell. And he looks at each. He's like, "Okay, this one's for Keegan S. Shub K. I got both of them. See, I sent these to myself to see where the mole was, and I was expecting to only get one back. But seeing as this one has more damage on it, that's where I'll investigate next. I sent them in different paths, different people."
Yeah.
We found
He
this
flips them
one
over.
in a tunnel being protected by that dog there.
"Oh, I didn't hire a dog. Those are rare." And
Yes.
He like pets underneath its chin a little bit.
Not that dog, that dog.
I was gonna say, do you want to pet Genevieve's dog as well?
I don't like those kind. But
What? He's pissed me.
Is he?
it's kind of like snarling, but it also is still kind of defeated. It's like a little nub of a tails between its legs. It's still, but
Genevieve just sneaks in another treat.
We
I
need
don't
to get
like
that
them.
dog
They can
some
be-
clothes.
They're quite yappy.
Close.
But then he like as he grabs each package, you see this like really quick shine of light as his knife blade like goes from underneath his trench coat and just cuts open the top of both boxes. And he sets them down on his table, and then they're filled with all this kind of like paper stuffing. And he pulls out a deck of playing cards from each one. He inspects them carefully, pulls them out, looks at them, and he lays them out. And he's like, "See, both of these are playing cards, but they're in a very specific order that I memorized, and they're unique, so I would know if people pulled them out and had arranged them and tried to figure out the code. There isn't a code, it's a fake." And he goes on this long rambling of like all of the traps that he's set and all the very specific things that he's done to try and catch whoever's been the mole, to get more information. You get the sense that there's not one, and he's just making this all up. He's a rather elderly man. Some of his sentences aren't really connecting.
Just
you get the sense he's been doing this for a long time, and you get the sense that he hasn't left this room in a long time. So
the smell has also indicated that, probably.
Yes. And he's like, "Oh, I very much do appreciate you delivering both packages. I wasn't expecting that, but suppose I can." And he pays you each 2 stamps. Or he pays the party 2 stamps.
That means we've got 4 stamps now.
Yes.
I don't know do we have a party sheet? I'm trying to remember.
There's the bit sheet. You can go ahead and we throw that shit on there too.
And then he
have?
looks at the lot of you too, and he offers, he's like, "Tea, anyone?" And the tea serves as a D4 of mind healing.
Ooh.
Nice.
I'll take some tea.
I'll take
If you
some
don't
tea.
mind.
Alright.
Is that something we can carry with us, or is that a here and now thing?
It's just a like while you're at his house, you can roll a D4 and subtract it from mine as he
Nice.
gives you each a little
My mind is
tiny teapot.
unbelievably healthy.
Each tea like cup that he gives you has a very like they're all chipped, but they seem to be intentionally chipped in different places. And with that, I don't know if there's any like quick ones. I think we got
both of mine.
I think we got almost all of them. Jake's we didn't hit, or John's he didn't get minor blood fallout.
It was hard,
Unfortunately.
hard to do.
Yeah, I tried.
Well, ironically, I think you probably could have had it. I think your blood protection was still applying. But you would have had to have manually added the damage you took.
Mhm.
Is
Well,
that,
I mean, it was penetrating, so I was still taking damage. I just
Yeah,
never got any fallout. So
I think on one of them you got 4 stress, but when you rolled it, it only rolled with 3. So you should have been like higher than that.
oh, that could have been.
So I think it was still applying your blood protection.
Yeah.
could be. Yeah, I didn't see that. I wasn't sure.
Might just be something to keep an
I
eye
wasn't
on for
paying
next
attention to the
time.
numbers.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
If I knew you had a fallout for it, I would have been like, oh.
It's okay.
Yeah. Was there anyone that missed this? Because Dan, I think you got both of yours. Because delivering this package was succeeding in a task that recently failed. So that's that. April, you got your mind fallout, and you gained access to knowledge that you're trying to conceal.
Yes.
Dan, you destroyed the posters and things on the way out of town and delivered the package. Jake, you terrified the postman, and you met an emissary of the heart.
Hooray.
John, you put yourself in great danger to protect your companions, dealing with the repo dude. You didn't quite get your minor blood fallout, but close.
It's okay.
And then Chuck,
Yes.
you were able to charm the guy.
I
You got some
did.
information out of him when you did so. And you refused to back down from that fight.
I did.
Oh.
I wouldn't stop charming that dog.
Charming.
Yes.
Everyone's got their stuff. Alrighty. So yeah, next time, Jake hasn't relayed to you his little meeting yet, but I'm sure he'll be thinking of some reason to steer the party that direction. And then there's some other jobs to pick up here while you're in town to continue your endeavors. And also, this temple that you're at is like one fork of a massive temple that you don't need to go through delves to get to the rest. It's like one mega temple, and there's different sections of it that all have crazy people doing their own crazy things. So we'll get into that next time.
Cool.
Yeah, we did it.
All right.
Yay!
We did it. Session 2 complete. Chuck, what are we doing for the rest of this week? What else is on the announcements?
Yeah, so tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central, over on Grim and Perilous Plays, we're doing an Alien one-shot. John will be there, Dan will be there, Melissa, Steven, and Adam will be there for that. That's over on Grim and Perilous. Tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Central over on Goodman Games Official, you can catch myself, Dan, Jake, Joe, playing some Weird Frontiers. Bert's running that over on Goodman Games for our show Danger Stranger. Wednesday, we'll be back for some more of our Alien campaign, All Fear the Ishtar. Dan and John are in that. I tried to merge your names.
It was Jan.
It was, yeah.
As our team.
Dawn.
Team name.
Jan and Don.
Team name. Yeah, that's the way to say that. And then next Friday, we'll be back here for more of this. I would like to throw out that you should make sure you follow us on our YubTubs, our YouTube, because this Sunday, we're recording the first session of our Pathfinder campaign that John's running, and April and I are in it. It's Oops, All Goblins. John's running us. What are you running us through again?
The Age of Ashes adventure path. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, because we're all playing goblins.
It'll be fun.
So yeah, and we'll
We've got a question.
that.
What time is Alien tomorrow?
I got an answer. 1 p.m. Central over on
All right.
Grim and Perilous Plays. I think I put that link in there. It didn't go through though.
Went through.
There it is.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll be recording that on Sunday, and I'll probably put it up on YouTube sometime next week. So make sure you sub to us on YouTube. I don't know where you
Fantastic.
can find it, but you can find our YouTube link in that link I just put right there.
I can't imagine anything going awry in the All Goblin game.
It's
No,
not.
of course not.
Steven and I,
Yeah.
who you probably just watched on Adventures in Lollygagging, we're playing twins. I'm the short, ugly sorcerer twin. He's the tall, handsome bard twin. Both of us are goblins. April, who are you playing again?
I am playing Dabara, and she is an elemental rogue.
Okay. And I don't remember what Maitrey's playing.
She is a goblin barbarian who's
Nice.
kind of the responsible one of the party.
Oh, God. She is going to have her work cut out.
She is.
Lots of relative terms.
Yeah. Goblin responsibility is
Yeah.
very relative.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough one. Anyway, that's what we got for the week coming up. That's it.
Alrighty. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. It's a lot of fun running this game, and we'll see what craziness happens next time. Stay safe.
All right. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you for watching.